This very simple cream cheese recipe has a very deep cheesy flavor. It's made from two ingredients only, oats and cashews. Unlike most commercial cheeses, which understandably contains lots of oil to achieve that thick texture, cashews provide a similar texture, but it's all natural. Before you ask if there is a different alternative to cashews, I'm working on it, but let me know in the comments if you have some ideas that you think might work. So to start, I'm gonna cover some oats with room temperature water and leave it on the counter for 12 to 36 hours. I know that doesn't make sense. 12 to 36 hours is not that specific. Typically, it takes 24 hours for the oats to start fermenting, but depending on your room temperature and the type of oats you have, the process might be shorter or longer. So in 12 hours or overnight, check on the oats, give it a quick sniff. If it smells like oats, then it needs more time. It should smell like it's starting to turn, but if you smell it again, it will actually have this feta cheese scent. If you reach that point, drain the water out and replace it with new room temperature water and let it sit for another 24 hours. Again, since this recipe is alive and active, we can't really control the time exactly, so the whole process could take you 1 to 2 days. I recommend that you test your oats by doing these steps without making the cheese itself, just to have an idea of the environment you're working with. Or do 2 patches, one is fermented with 12 hours intervals and the other with 24 hours, and see which one gives you the flavor you're looking for. Now it's time for the cashews. In the last 6 hours of the oat fermentation, soak 200 grams of cashew nuts in water. This will soften them and make them easier to process. Make sure the cashews are not soaked for longer than that, so it has to be within the last 6 hours. Before we start converting these 2 simple ingredients into cheese, please like the video, hit the subscribe button, and if you would like to support my work and get in touch with me, please consider joining my Patreon page. Link will be in the description. Now that we have both ingredients ready, it's time to grab your high-speed mixer, drain the cashews and throw them in. Then strain the oat water and add a couple tablespoons to the mixer, a little bit of salt to your liking, and mix everything down to a very smooth paste. You might need to add a little more of the oat water, but don't add too much. Try to clean the sides of the mixer and really process the cashews well. They will become softer with time, so if you add a lot of oat water, you might end up with cheese sauce instead of cream cheese. When you're done, you should end up with a creamy paste like this. Taste it and adjust the salt if needed. Then move it to a container and cover it with a tablecloth or kitchen towel and leave this for 12 hours to continue fermenting. After 12 hours, you can use this immediately and it should last in the fridge for about a week. This should smell and taste like a deep cheese flavor. If it starts to smell fishy, literally fishy, not metaphorically, then you probably soaked the cashews for too long. So pay attention to your ingredients, and once you get the hang of it, you will be making this all the time. I made this recipe many times, and I ruined it only once because I soaked the cashews for a whole 24 hours. So I know what not to do now. I hope you liked this video. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.